What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Beat. This is your buddy, Beatman Rich Navarre. Boy, if I got a show for you tonight. I'm going to tell you something. This is going to be crazy energy. As you can see by my current look, I've donned the punk. We got the punk, yeah. We got the punk. Yeah, we got the punk, all right. You're not going to believe what kind of punk we got in the house tonight. Let me tell you something. We have Jersey Shore Shark Attack here in the KGB studios. Patrick Sullivan and Curtis Hall. A two-man band, but a strong tour de force nonetheless. And when you hear them, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're going to come in and we're going to talk about the punk scene, what it means to them, and how they got their band name, some of the shows that they've done and so forth. And then after the interview's done, we will move to the entertainment portion of it, in which Jersey Shore Shark Attack will be performing a duet behind me on everything over here. A couple of their more common and well-known tunes. And once they get that done, then the beat man's going to sit over on his kit and join in and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be pretty great. It's going to be pretty fun. So, welcome again to The Beat with Beatman Rich Navarre. I've got some stuff here I'm going to read, and I don't normally do this because I like to ad-lib a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and read some of this right off here because I took awful lot of time preparing it, and I'm going to damn sure read it, okay? Boy, there's a few things I need to get off of my mind. I recently had the opportunity to play one of Pensacola's biggest 3-day events that comes annually around here. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Pensacon. It's quite an event. People come in costumes, or celebrities, and are there for autographs. Plenty of booths where you can get merchandise and all kinds of artifacts and you name it. Anything that has to do with cosplay or the fantasy world, you can find it at Pensacon. Well, Pensacon also hires local bands to come in and play music for them during the event. So I wrote this down because it's just a guideline. But I have to tell you about my experience. Now, first of all, before I get started, please don't slam the beat man about the Pensacon situation. Look, if you play Pensacon and you enjoyed yourself and you're happy with the way things turned out, then that's great. I can't fault you for that in any way, shape, or form. This is merely my experience and what happened to me after we were done playing and it was time to pack up and stuff. But anyway, this was a pro bono show. There was no actual pay for this. Evidently, Pensacon does not pay their entertainers. They do not pay musicians or bands to be there at Pensacon to perform. Okay? I don't even know where to start on this, man. Oh, man. I was asked to sit in for a 2-hour show with a local band, and I'm going to keep everybody anonymous because I am not here to disparage any local act. It's not the beat man's principles or goal to slam any band in any way, shape, or form. If you've read any of my reviews on SeenPensacola.com, you'll see that I spend most of my time. That's all right. My producer is going past the light there. If you wonder where that shadow came from. Live direct to you from the KGB studios. Woohoo! The Beat. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I knew it was a free gig to begin with. That's not the reason I did it. I did it to help out the band, and I had planned on parlaying some videos and some pictures and so forth to help promote my brand, which is what I'm trying to do now. I mean, this is my 3rd episode, and I'm trying to build something here for the Pensacola music community. You know, anybody that knows me and seen anything I've written or anything I've posted, it's all about the bands. It's all about the live music and what live musicians go through trying to make a living, or if you're doing it on a part-time basis, playing and earning a decent wage for the effort that you have to put through. I mean, a 2-hour show. I had to play a 2-hour show, nonstop. And there was barely enough time between numbers to take a breath, let alone take a sip of a drink. I mean, and it was hot, folks, let me tell you. That was the opening night, I believe. The humidity must have been 92%. I don't know what it was, but all I know it was hot, damn hot. And we were all uncomfortable and sweating almost from the get. But by the time we were done, we were just like wet rags. We couldn't believe it, excuse me. So, anyway, we were set up in the, I believe it was the northwest corner of the parking lot of the Bay Center. And that's where the stage was. Okay, they had everything fenced off all the way around the perimeter. So you had only a few places to get in. I gotta tell you something, man. You gotta understand something. I was exhausted after 2 hours, okay? Yet, while I was breaking down after everybody had left, the Pensacon sound crew and some of the staff there were, I thought, kind of rude to me. They were making comments to the effect that, wow, if the drummer would just get off the stage, then we could finally go home kind of situation. I'm going, okay, I lived with it. I was exhausted trying to put things together, trying to bag my gear, and it just, it was frustrating as hell. About 3/4 of the way from me getting my gear done and stuff, they ended up turning the lights off on me. I was in the dark packing up my stuff. Now, I have a rock and roll it. Any of you drummers out there know what that is. It's an expandable cart made for drummers. And it's made for anybody that's hauling gear, really. Well, I had one, and it was packed with all my stuff. I mean, to the brim, and it was bungeed all the way around. Now, what Pensacon wanted us to do is they wanted us to park on Alkanese, right at the corner of Alkanese and Garden Street, almost to the light, on the side of the road, nearest the stage, outside of the fence, okay? So what they wanted us to do was park there with our emergency flashers on, in traffic, get out, unload our gear, and dump it on the sidewalk, leave it there, and then go park, and then come back, and they would let the players in through a section of the fence, which is very, very close to the stage, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but, hey, if you had 2 people with you and somebody to sit and babysit your gear, okay, I understand that. They still had to sit there and wait until you went and parked and came back. But if you were a single act or a solo act, I mean, unless you wanted to roll your stuff from several blocks away, I mean, what were you going to do? You know what I mean? I don't know. It just seems strange to me that Pensacon would set up a parking arrangement like that for unloading gear for a band, especially if they're not getting paid. Okay? I mean, yeah, every band gets a 3-day pass. Every member of the band gets a 3-day pass to the event. And that's great. If you played there, and in the off time you went inside the Bay Center and you participated in Pensacon, well, that's great if that's your motivation. Okay? If you're a young band and you're getting started, that's a great way to get some, and I hate to use this word, press. You thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? No, I ain't going to use that word because it's a killjoy to any musician, and you know what I'm talking about, and it starts with an E. Anyway, as I was bringing the gear down off the stage, staff turned off all the lights, like I said, and the only guy that was left after everything, my band left. They opened up the fence and let them through, and then the guy locked the lock and took off. And he had staff on his. I don't know any names. I wouldn't call them out if I did know. But I'm still breaking down. Now let me back up a little bit. When I pulled up, D-Lady and I pulled up, and we saw 2 cars already parked at the intersection unloading their gear. I said, no way. I'm not taking all my drum gear out in the middle of the street. That's not going to happen. So there's a driveway, an entranceway that goes right down to the middle and goes to the Bay Center. That's the last driveway just before the intersection at Alkanese and Garden. Got it? Okay, that's where the main entrance was and where people were coming in. And the gate to get in was right there. So all you really had to do was walk in, go through the gate. They had to wand you, you know what I mean? That security feature. But the stage was only like 75 feet away from there. No problem. You know, I mean, and that's an easy tote, especially for somebody that has wheels, right? So I saw an opportunity that I pulled into that area where the entrance was to the driveway, and there was a Pensacola police officer sitting there with their lights on, obviously blocking that area because it wasn't meant for traffic. I got out of the car right away and I ran over to the police officer, and it was a very polite and nice female Pensacola policeman, and I said, hey, I'm a drummer in this band, there's the stage, I just got to unload here and then my wife will take the car away. She said, no problem. So that's what we did. I unloaded the van right there off the street in front of the cop, in the driveway, on the entrance, got my gear together, and then I went right into the first gate, which was a breeze, and then right up to the stage. And it was easy to get it up there to be able to get my gear out of there. So anyway, after that was done, there was one guy left, and he pointed to the only way out at that point. Now understand, I was dead dog tired, folks. Man, 2 hours solid. I know some of you guys can do that, and you got stamina for days, you know what I mean? But, you know, us old folk, when we're still drumming and singing, really get worn out, especially when the humidity is near 90% and it's hot as Hades outside, okay? He pointed up towards the Bay Center, and I said, That's a good 100 yards away from Alkanies, all the way up to the Bay Center. You can put a football field in there. I said, no, man, can't you call somebody, please? Call somebody. My band's right there. 75 feet away, still parked in that spot. Now, D-Lady brought the band up there. It took her a while to get there because she had to park 4 blocks away. When she got there and parked, she was afraid that if she left the vehicle there, it might get towed or get a ticket. So she stayed there waiting on some kind of sign from me. Well, I couldn't give her one because I was too busy trying to get my gear off the stage so these guys could go home. You know? So anyway, at that point, I wasn't going to wait around for somebody to finally come down there and if they could unlock the gate, the fence or whatever, and let me out. I said, forget it. I was frustrated. I said, I'm going to go home. I'm tired. So I started pushing, and I pushed my rock and roll all the way up to the Bay Center, up around the corner, and all the way back down to Alkanies, unloaded everything, loaded it back in the van, and we took off and went home. And I'm going to tell you something. When I got home, I didn't unload nothing. I pulled my van in the backyard, and I locked it, and I came inside, and fell on my face, I'm dead. I mean, it was dead dog tired. I was ready to go to sleep. So, anyway, my wrap up for this is this. I think lack of planning and concern for the van's safety while unloading should be a consideration for next year. I hope somebody from Pensacon is seeing this and listening to me, and you know, and I really don't have any animosity towards you or the event or whatsoever, but I gotta tell you folks, for not paying your bands and giving them just the privilege for a 3-day pass, you gotta have a pass to play. You can't get into the place without a pass. So what is that pass really worth? That's something you have to ask yourself, okay? If it was worth 3 days of you being there every day, seeing your favorite celebrities and cosplay characters and stuff, I get that. Fine, that's it. But us seasoned musicians that have been around for a while, if we play a free gig, we'd like to be able to at least be thanked and not have to worry about difficult loading and load out, especially since there's no money involved. And I gotta tell you folks, by the time I was done the first night, I didn't care if I ever walked into Pensacon and seen everything. I just didn't care. I had no interest. I was there to perform a service. I played music for the crowd that was there for Pensacon, and I got a lot of disrespect as a result of it. The whole experience after the show was disappointing. It really was. I thought they would have been more on the ball. But, you know, you got to understand, this was my experience and my experience alone. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's something that you're going to experience or have experienced. I don't know. Hey, I'm sure many bands came in, unloaded, and did everything without a hitch or whatever. That's not my point. I just thought maybe a little more consideration to the musicians who spend their time bringing their stuff in, setting up, playing for a couple hours straight without a break, and then breaking down again and having to go home and stuff. We are tired. We are done. And then when something like this happens, it just makes it, you know. I'll tell you honestly, after I was done, and then after everything was done, if they would have just let me out the gate close to my van, I probably wouldn't be talking about this. It was the frustration I had having to push that cart all the way back up and back down again that really, really made me upset. Pensacon could have easily arranged, by the way, where the driveway was, where I pulled in front of the police officer. That could have been set up so easily. There was more than enough space for bands to be able to pull in there, unload there in front of the gate, off the street, then go park and then come back. You know, I don't understand why that couldn't have been made possible. I mean, it just seemed like logic to me. I mean, it was easy for me to get in once I pulled in there, and I got the blessing of the Pensacola police officer. So, anyway, look, I'm not going to go dwelling on this. I'm not trying to slam anybody for anything, but this is my first experience with this event, and most likely it will be my last. But it was a learning experience nonetheless. Okay. And maybe I'm off base here. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Let me know what you think. You know what I mean? So we had a good time. The band really, really, really gave themselves 110%. And the people that were there really enjoyed our music. So anyway, let me ask you a couple of questions. Did you get out of Pensacon what you expected out of it? Did you, let me get this right. Did you take any pictures? Did you take any video at all? Will you use them as a musician or as a band to help promote what you're doing? I would hope so. After not getting paid for a show like that, I would hope you would take the video and the picture content that you got out of it and use it for promotional purposes. Post it on social media, anywhere you can. Okay? It's all for the benefit of the band and for you to get better gigs and more shows in the future. Was it worth playing for just a pass? Was it worth your time and talent? That's all I'm asking. Did you go to the Bay Center to see the exhibits, the celebrities? If so, did you drop a load of cash when you went inside? Because if you did, then Pensacon did exactly what they expected, and they wrote you in. And you went inside and dumped a whole bunch of money because they were expecting you to spend it. Okay? I don't know what your experience was, but I never got to go that far because I never went inside. Okay? Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That and $3 nowadays will get you a cup of coffee, and not a very good cup of coffee to begin with. Anyway, so now I am so. Oh, wait a minute. One thing I forgot to do. And we're going to do this really quick because I got a few minutes here. This point in the show, I always mention upcoming shows for local bands. So here we go. February 28th, Downtown Music Hall, Fort Walton Beach, American Backstar presents 3 bands. Grimoire, Scapegoat, and Deathin. Jesse O'Neill from Bangarang Theater. And right here on my show for the 2nd episode is sitting in with the Scapegoat. So you do not want to miss that show. February 27th at the Handlebar, Deadly Fist of Kung Fu, along with safety training. Palmetto and Lacento. Doors open at 7 p.m. One of my favorite bands, Riptide, will be at Woodsy's Hilltop Bar all weekend long. So go see Riptide. They put on a show, folks. You really want to see a show. 2 frontman vocalists. Oh, it's fantastic. You got to go see them. Saturday the 28th, you don't want to miss the Aces. They're playing at El Paso in Crestview. Also Saturday night in Fort Walton Beach, The Remedy plays from 6 to 10 p.m. Now, Remedy was one of the first bands, I think the 3rd or 4th band, that I reviewed for SeamsFansacola.com. They're a great bunch of musicians. They're a great bunch of guys. You should go out and see their show if you're out in that area. Tonight, Sugarcane Jane plays the Front Porch in Lillian, Alabama. Sugarcane always puts on a great show. The Free Radicals play the Bookseller in Fairhope. And that's Friday, March 13th. So you don't want to miss that one either if you're around that area. Bad Alibi hits with a double header Sunday, 2 shows on Sunday. The Blues Tavern in Mobile at 1 o'clock, and then the Angry Crab in Orange Beach from 6 to 9. Oh, that's going to be quite a day for y'all. Better eat your Wheaties, boys. I'm telling you, ain't any all strength you can get. I'm sort of manifesting my granddad there a little bit. So, Josh Davis in Destin tomorrow. I didn't get a venue on his calendar, but he's going to be in Destin. I'm sure you can look him up. Go see Josh Davis. And I've been talking to Josh Davis. He's a country artist. And he's agreed to come on the show, and he's playing here in Pensacola or Gulf Breeze or around. So look forward to that as a future show guest. And finally, there's a brand new venue that has just opened up this weekend in Orange Beach, Alabama. It's called the Red Haven Live. Its grand opening is happening all weekend. And there is tons of music all day and all night for 3 days, celebrating the grand opening of the Red Haven Live. So you don't want to miss any of those shows if you can. Now we get to move into the really cool part of this show, because now I get to introduce my guest. Excuse me. These boys, I say boys, they're men. I'm sorry. They are men, and they are consummate musicians in their style and in their craft. They represent the punk scene and the punk genre here in Pensacola, Florida. You may have seen them on Scene Pensacola, some of the videos on Scene Pensacola's YouTube channel. They're there, and they have been playing around here and there, and we're looking forward to them playing again somewhere really soon. They play the Handlebar, everybody, and you know, you play the Handlebar. That's a venue to play, and they did a great job. I saw the video of that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Patrick Sullivan and Curtis Hall of Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Come on in, boys. Come on in, sit down. Patrick, you right here, because you're the tall guy, you get the shirt chair.
What's up, man?
All right, how you doing?
Good, dude. How are you
doing? Fantastic. Good to see you guys, and thank you so much for coming out. Look at these guys. Do they have an image or what? Get ready to hear them play, because you ain't going to believe it. I'm telling you right now. So, hey, Patrick, tell me, first of all, I'm going to jump right in. Tell me how you came up with Jersey Shore Shark Attack.
Like the name?
The name.
Well, you see, one day my dad was talking about Jaws because he loves sharks. And he was talking about the 1916 Jersey Shore shark attacks that happened.
Oh, yeah.
That inspired Jaws. And I'm like, you know, that's a pretty freaking cool name, man. So I'm like, I gotta take that and run with it. You know, and you know that's what I did, man.
I can see why, you know, especially since it's such an unusual name. And I tell you what, it's getting around Pensacola. There's no doubt about it. You two boys, I'm telling you, I'm sorry if I keep calling you boys. I'm 67 years old. As far as I'm concerned, you're like my sons, for crying out loud. You're same age. You're younger than my youngest daughter. So hey, lighten up on the beat, man. Hey, okay, all right. So. Tell me about how did you guys get into and what drew you to the punk genre and that type of music?
Well, you see, man, like way back in about like 2018, I was a senior in high school at Milton High School, man.
Cool.
And me and my best friend Jacob, we had this friend named Savannah, and she took us to like our very first Pensacola punk rock house show.
Okay. Where was that?
That was it was like, I don't really know where it was at. It was just some like random house.
Okay.
It was a really awesome punk rock house show, and it changed.
Played a few of those, have you?
Yeah, man.
I remember one in particular. I think Renee Amelia from Bangarang Theater was coming into that place. There was a guy there. He was a rather large gentleman, and he was in a wheelchair, I think, or whatever. But it was, and I brought some calendars over that day. I remember, and you guys were setting up, getting ready to play. I didn't get a chance to listen to you much, but these guys will play anywhere. You know, I mean, they really will. And they can light up a living room like nobody's business. They're going to light this room up here in a minute, and you're going to see why. So, Curtis, tell me, you've been playing drums now for how long?
On and off since I was about 3 years old, so that would be about 27 years now.
Wow. Started at 3. What the heck were you doing at 3? What did you start off doing?
Well,
playing?
my grandpa and my dad, they all come from a line of musicians, and they just wanted me to be involved, I guess, to keep the legacy alive.
Okay.
And they bought me a drum kit at 3 years old, sat me down in front of it, and taught me the, boots and socks. And just from there, I self-taught.
That's beautiful. I got started at 13, folks. So I mean, some of the best drummers start at a very, very early age, especially if they learn rudiments at an early age.
Oh, yeah.
And that's very important. Let me ask you something, Curtis. If you hadn't studied, come on. I know it's tight, guys, but
Oh, you're good.
we got a small window here. As a drummer, especially, I mean, starting out at 3, how long did it take you to get used to basic rudiments like singles, doubles, paradiddles, triples, triplets, stuff like that?
I would say a lot of it is actually natural. Sometimes you just have it in you and you're already playing and you don't know. Like I was playing a paradiddle diddle and didn't know. I just figured it out. Like,
You know what it was called, but you were playing it.
yeah, like I had no idea what it was technically called. I just knew the pattern itself.
Right.
And like it was just there already.
Oh,
I mean, I've always been very rhythm based. I like to catch beats and everything and just vibe with it. So I guess that's why I'm a natural drummer, I guess.
Yeah. No, well, you know what? You and I have a lot in common when it comes to that because I was pretty much self-taught. I didn't start looking at and reading music, the drum music especially, until I've been playing for like 15 years. Up until that time, I just had a natural, just like you said,
Yeah.
a natural rhythm. I used to drive my parents nuts. Pick up a knife and a fork, man. I'm at the dinner table going, ting, 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 and they went nuts. They get out of here! They couldn't believe the noise that I was producing, but paid off later in life.
Yeah, dude, it definitely does. It really does.
Now, do you play any other instruments besides drums?
I picked up guitar recently.
That's great.
Like, it's a very nice outlet, especially if you can't play your drums when you want to.
Correct.
He's a really good guitar player.
Is that right? Ah, there you go. You heard it from the man right here. What about you, Patrick? Anything other than guitar and singing?
I play some drums, man, but
Yeah, he does.
Mostly guitar and singing.
And you do a damn good job at that. That's for darn.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.
It really, I gotta tell you, folks, the punk genre, though it's unique and so forth, for the most part, there are very few songs that really sing to me because I grew up in Bluesville, Detroit, Michigan. So I grew up in Motown
Ooh,
and
that's some good
blues.
stuff
That's how
right
I got
there.
my start. And my first instrument was a bass guitar.
Ooh.
In the basement of a neighbor's house, we were down there. There was no drums at the time. There was just guitars. So it was a bass guitar and a whole bunch of other guitars, and they needed a bass guitar. So Paul Williams, a very dear close neighbor of mine back in Westline, Michigan, grabbed the bass guitar and threw it over my shoulder. And I was like, what is this thing?
Yeah, them things are long, man.
Oh, and this one was enormous. It was huge. It had one of those fat necks on it.
I was in jazz band, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, what do I do with this? He goes, look. You only got to do one thing. See this string here? He went to the E string. He said, all you got to do is this. Dum, 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 dum. And then look at here. Put your hand up here. He said, now put it between the first and these are called frets. Now put it between the first and second one and put your finger right there. And then you go dung, 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 then go ding, 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 dung, 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 ding, 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 ding. And after that, just follow us and see what happens. You know what I mean? I sucked. I couldn't get into the bass guitar to save my life, and I tried, but ding, 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 ding. I'm sorry, it didn't move me, you guys. It just didn't,
Man,
I
that's
wanted to
awesome.
bang on something. Shoot, man, my first drum kit was made out of cardboard. Can you believe it?
Pots and pans for me.
There you go. Well, I had a drum kit, but it was made out of cardboard shells, had plastic rims, and really cheap heads. But I did the best I could to make that thing sound as best as I could, But this is not about me; it's about them. So, tell me what your best show was. I imagine it's the Handlebar.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to.
Yeah, probably.
Talk about that, Patrick. Tell me about that experience. What do you think about that?
Well, you see, I was thinking I was gonna be like super nervous, because we've been looking forward to playing at the Handlebar for like probably at least over 2 years now.
Yeah,
And
that was definitely a milestone.
I don't know. I guess it was all the adrenaline.
Yeah.
It was like we just went up there and did it.
Yeah,
it was like,
man.
It was nothing.
We were just watching the video just a few minutes before coming in here, folks. And I gotta tell you, they did a great job. And one thing I like about the Handlebar too, not only are they really good friends of ScenePensacola.com and the Beatman, but they do a great job in their sound mix for the musicians, do they not?
They do.
Yeah,
They
their
do
sound
what they
techs
do.
are professional. They know what they're doing, and they make us all sound like rock stars.
Yes.
It's just fantastic. And if you get a chance, go to Jersey Shore Architects YouTube channel and go check out a couple of those videos. Okay. And if you're not satisfied with that, go to Scene Pensacola's YouTube channel and see some videos of them there too. Yeah, they got videos all over their place for crying out loud.
Pensacola's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
So why aren't you playing more shows?
Man, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah, man, we've been in a drought lately, but
Yeah.
you know, we're always looking for gigs, you know. So if you need gigs, man, hire us.
Oh yeah, if y'all have us, we'll be there, or at least try to.
And you can contact them on social media, no problem. Or you can get a hold of me. You know, I can get a hold of these guys too sweet, no problem. Especially if you got a show. And especially if it's a paying show,
Oh man.
they'll jump. I know they will. They'd be happy to do that, you know, so.
Or you know, not because it's
Yeah, like
$12,
either
you know.
way, I mean.
Well, Beatman doesn't really promote free shows for musicians. But if you have to do them, you have to do them. And that's a part of being a musician.
It
Yeah,
is.
man, that's how we got
It
here.
is.
That's exactly right. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet and just show people what you got.
Oh yeah.
And go for it.
Let
And
everyone have a good time.
exactly. You know, and that's key. I'm glad he said that. Because having a good time is probably the most important part about being a musician and playing music. You know, we're all gonna mess up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody hits bad
We're only
notes and
human.
misses a beat and then so forth. But you know what? The only people that know that are the bandmates. The audience doesn't know. And they could care less. That's what I'm trying to teach my student now. I've got a 10-year-old that I'm teaching on that kid back in the corner over there. And I tell them, dude, if you're playing in a song, you're playing in a band, and you mess up or even have to stop for a second, as long as you jump right back in,
Yes.
nobody out there will even have the first idea.
Exactly.
Now, you may get a snide look from your guitar player, but I can guarantee you this. You get back into it again by the end of the song, as long as you end that song halfway decent, they'll go crazy over that. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, man, like all we do is mess up, and somehow they don't understand.
And it comes out music. Comes out music in one shape or form. You know what I mean? So-
Da, da, da. Oh crap.
Now, I need a little education here, gentlemen. You need to school me a little bit on what other bands are even close to playing like you guys at all in the punk genre here. I
I mean, you
mean,
know, we got Pauper's Grave, man.
Yeah,
They're really
Pauper's
super
Grave's a
awesome.
good band.
And
now,
there's-
great
are they
band.
out of Pensacola or what?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
And
You
they're
got Michael Kimbrell.
yeah, their drummer Mike. Oh man, he's awesome.
And Melody.
He's a
on
great
vocals.
person. Not just a good drummer.
They
but
got a
great
female
person.
vocalist?
Mhm.
Melody, huh?
Eric on bass. Yeah, yeah, they're awesome, man.
It's-
We got to play with them at CC's.
Yeah,
Oh.
we did actually.
It was so much fun.
That's fantastic.
I think that was like one of the first like shows they had at CC's too.
Yeah, I think it was actually. I think you're right. And then who else was playing with us? Wasn't it
Was it Chassis?
Chassis? Yeah, Caleb let me use this kit. That was awesome. Thank you, man.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Any other one? Any other band?
It's mostly like
Even close.
Pauper's
Rat
Grave.
Daughter. Rat Daughter is a great band.
Rat
Kip
Daughter.
and his girlfriend, yeah, they're awesome. They're great musicians. Kip is an amazing drummer, and he's entirely self-taught as far as I know.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. He's
Yeah,
a good
also
drummer.
based out of Pensacola or nearby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Kip is what made me want to start learning how to play the drums. And I first seen them Rat Daughter play at the Bug House, which the Bug House is like a really awesome little
Yes.
punk venue that used to be like over by the Walmart on the west side.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar because I am not a native Floridian or Pensacolian in any shape, fashion, or form. I've been here for about 5 years now, and I am learning. That's why I'm asking you guys. I love history, you know, and I love the background,
Oh, yeah.
how bands came up, where they play. You know, I don't care if it's a living room or a dive bar. If you had a gig, if you had a show, you know what I mean? It was still
Oh,
a
yeah.
show, right? I
It
mean,
was,
you know, and many times, sometimes, I mean, even if you don't get paid, many times they'll at least feed you.
Yeah, dude, that's like our backyard show at Jazz's place. We got food, beer, and we had a good time.
First show we ever did was a birthday party for a friend of ours in our backyard, and it was really awesome.
Oh yeah.
We had like over 100 people, and this band Gentilly Soul played with us.
Yeah,
Gentilly
definitely
Soul.
They were
so.
really awesome.
Cool, cool.
Which the guitar player would end up in what was it? The Taints. The Taints are another really awesome local punk rock band. I'm
I
pretty sure
saw
that's, like-
something about the Taints. I don't know if it maybe did they play the Handlebar? Did they play the
Yeah,
Handlebar?
yeah, they
I
played
believe
Might have
they
been a
did.
handlebar
I think they
advertisement.
did actually, yeah.
a few good times, yeah.
And
been.
let's see, who else are we forgetting? Paul and
Yeah,
Carl's band.
Yeah, yeah. hmm
And then the Spillers too.
So there are a few, but not a heck of a lot. Not many. I mean, not as many as there are like in the metal and the emo community here.
Yeah, there used to be a
Yeah.
lot more punk bands, but like, you know, like it was right out of like I think when things were kind of getting back to normal after COVID.
After COVID, yeah.
You know, and that
Dark time, dark
Yeah,
time.
It was like right when the Handlebar was like opening back
Oh.
up. I was like out at my sister's place in way out in the woods in East Milton, and you know, I just been dying to like get back into a band or something, you know. And things were getting back to normal, you know, bars were opening back up and the Handlebar opened back up, so I'm like, man, you
Under
know,
new management.
I gotta like be a part of this somehow, you know. So I was on Facebook and I seen Curtis's page and I seen that he was a drummer and I hit him up and I just like
Yeah, we just he just took a chance on hitting me up in the dark. I had never been in a band before. I've never
I
played
was
with
like,
any other
hey
musicians
man, you want
besides
to
my
be in a
grandpa.
band? And he was like, yeah man.
Reminds me of high school days back in the 70s. Boy, I tell you, I had many shots at garage bands back then. That's
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
so
was
cool.
always the drummer. I didn't start singing and drumming until way later.
That's
Yeah, man,
hard.
He was
That
a,
is
I
hard to
seen that
do.
he was a really good rock and roll drummer,
Mhm.
and then he turned out to be a really good punk rock and roll drummer.
Well, that was obvious to me in some of the warm-ups we did before we started the show.
Oh,
We
man.
set the kid up and I had these guys play a little bit and stuff. And I said, oh, this is going to be some show. So, all right, well, we're coming to that point, gentlemen. So what I want to do this time is it's going to take about 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, because we're set up and ready to go. I'm going to have Curtis get behind the Pearl kit, and I'm going to have Patrick grab his guitar and get in front of the microphone, and we're going to let them do their thing for 2 numbers.
Oh no.
And after that's done, I'm going to sit down, and Curtis and I are going to give Patrick hell. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm sure it's going to be fun. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being on the show today. As far as the interview part of it is
Good to
concerned,
be here.
and I'm looking forward to this part. I'm probably going to ask you a few questions while you're getting your stuff together. So I hope you can multitask.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
All right, let's bust and then see. We just take our places here. Put these stools away. All right, come on through, gentlemen.
Please.
Yep.
Excuse me, microphone.
Microphone. We have a sound system here.
Sorry, my bad, man.
Live podcast. You never know what's going to happen. You got everything you need? Okay.
Hey Kurt, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, man. Loving this kit. I love this thing.
Get some air in here.
Love it.
Whoa, man, that's crazy.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, turn around this way. You know what? Let's do this. Let's try this here. We have to make on-the-spot adjustments, folks. Make sure you turn around this way so the camera can see you. Oh, it's coming back because of the speaker. That's all right. Ready?
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah. your friendly neighborhood punk rockers. Something about like we're not gonna, I don't know, listen to you.
Shark Attack, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think about that? Okay, now we're gonna get down. Okay?
My bad, man. I got some blood on your stuff.
What?
Yeah, I cut myself from the symbol.
Oh my God! What did you smash on your symbol?
Yeah, I think
God,
so.
don't worry about the blood. Are you all right?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm good. I just didn't want to like.
We have a live injury right here on my show, ladies and gentlemen. This is dedication. This is a drummer that knows how to play a song, and no matter what happens, you're gonna keep going, no matter
He's
what.
too gnarly.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess we're done. I want to thank Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you,
No problem, man.
Say goodnight. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I really have. I didn't expect for Curtis to hurt himself. We sort of put an end to that, but he cut his finger on one of the cymbals. He really, really, really is dedicated and devoted, and he was giving it his all. What do you think about that? That's high energy, is it not? Wow. You know, and I'm not a huge fan of this genre, but I sure like what I just heard. I really do, you know. And listen, if you got a private party and you got the right crowd, these two guys will entertain. There's no doubt about it. You should try to book them if you can. You can reach them on Facebook, Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Also Patrick Sullivan on Facebook, and Curtis Hall. So Jersey Shore Shark Attack. All right, folks, we're coming to the end of the show now. So I just had a couple quick thoughts before we end the show tonight. Something I want to say to fledgling bands that are coming up in Pensacola. I've talked to many musicians around here, and I've asked them time and time and time again, what is the most important thing that bands need to do nowadays to be successful, to score new gigs, get higher paying gigs. Higher paying gigs. That's why I'm here. I want to see you, the bands, get paid what you're worth. Okay? Because as it stands right now, we're sort of kind of behind the times. You know, we're paying decades old wages, and this is 2026. It shouldn't be that way. No band should have to play a major 3-day event that charges almost $120 for a 3-day ticket and not get something for their time. You know? So that's just my feeling. If you're gonna play free gigs, make sure that they mean something. Make sure you use that free time to promote your band. Take pictures, get video, get it on social media, whatever you do, okay? Because the more you do, the more you post, and the more press and more promotion and publicity that you put out for your band, the more you're going to get calls to come in and play once again. So this has been The Beat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 3, the punk version. And I'm looking forward to next week. I don't know who we're going to have on next week. I've got some feelers out right now, and you never know who's going to show up. So, but tune in next time, please. And one last thing. I'm trying to get this launched on YouTube. I still need a few more subscribers, okay? I think I'm at 36, maybe 37. I need 50 to do a live stream on YouTube. And that's the format, and that's the platform I want to be on. So if you can help me out, I appreciate that, okay? So, until next time, this is Beatman Rich in the bar from the KTV Studios saying, keep the beat.